All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so we camped up here in this ridge last night, like over there, kind of back in the trees. And we camped at just over 11,000 feet, so it was the highest we've camped on trail. I mean, it's beautiful up here, obviously. It really wasn't too bad though. It wasn't super cold. It wasn't like crazy last night. It was actually kind of nice. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. I think we're going to plan on camping at 11,000 feet again tonight, just on the other side of Glen Pass, so that tomorrow we can get up early and get an early day into the trailhead where we can hopefully get a hitch and then get into town so we can resupply. But yeah, I'm going to get some breakfast and then pack up and get going. But yeah, I'll update you throughout the day. Should be another pretty one. All right, made it to the top of Pinchot Pass. And again, just another stunning view on the other side. All right, that gap right there is Pinchot Pass. So that's where I just came from, and then walked kind of down the side of that mountain, and now around to here. And now, onward to Glen Pass. All right, that valley right there is the way up to Glen Pass. So that is where I'm headed this afternoon. We got to go up and over Glen Pass. This is about a 3,500 foot climb. It's gonna be interesting starting at probably, I haven't had lunch yet, so I'll probably get started around 1:30 doing that. So it's gonna be a late night, I think. I'll probably be rolling into camp well after sundown, but it's gonna be absolutely beautiful and amazing, just long. So yeah, you got some good views coming your way this afternoon. All right, so just crossed this suspension bridge a few minutes ago, well, probably 20 minutes ago, and I ran into my friends who were filtering water and left, but they informed me that there was an avalanche. There were some comments on far out about it, but there was an avalanche that apparently happened over the winter. Took out a bunch of trees, and now like the trail is like completely like covered in blowdowns. So there is a reroute to avoid it. But yeah, I'm glad they told me that, because I would not have known that otherwise, and I'd have just gone through and had to dang bushwhack and climb and everything else over the blowdown. So yeah, but they're gonna stop on the other side and have lunch, so I'm gonna try to catch up to them. I was really hungry when I get down to the water, so stopped, filled up some water, had a little snack, and now I'm gonna catch up with them and have lunch with them. So that's good, but I'm gonna get to hiking and go catch up. All right, I think this is the avalanche field that the comment was talking about, but I'm really not sure where exactly the alternate route is, but I'll find it eventually. All right, that freaking sucked. That was just the worst bushwhack I think I've ever had in my life. Yeah, it was annoying, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? It's an avalanche, it's a force of nature, and that's just part of it out here. But now, I don't know where the heck the trail is. Oh God. All right, I'm gonna have to cool down and like just come back to my senses, because I'm pretty hot right now. And yeah, that was freaking annoying. All right, I'm gonna get off here and try to find out where the heck the trail is. Sophie, turn around, it's so pretty. All right, so I think this is the most beautiful view on trail, like by far. I mean, this is pretty spectacular, and I've kind of shown you before, but this is a good shot.
I'm not trying to be out here all day tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, he kind of seemed like that's what the vibe was from him.
But
All right, so if you can see those switchbacks, it goes all the way up, and that's the pass right there. I think it looks worse than it really is, but that's a lot of snow. It'll be fine. All right, so I made it to the top safe and sound. Like I said, the climb looked worse than it was. But check this out. Alright, so as you can kind of see, the switchbacks are kind of mostly like the snow's kind of melted off the actual path, except for right there. That was pretty sketch, I'll have to say. I mean, it really isn't as bad as it looks. I promise. Like, the snow is very packed in, but yeah, I mean, you fall. Yeah, don't want to think about it, but yeah, that wasn't too bad. But that was the only place where the snow was like completely covering the trail. But the key to those snow crossings like that right there is to just not look down. Just keep your eyes focused on the snow, keep your feet solid, 3 points of contact. So I always have, either 2 trekking poles, 1 foot, 2 feet, 1 trekking pole.
on the ground. So yeah, there's snow traveling 101. I mean, obviously, like the best thing to do is to have micro spikes. But mine are currently at the post office waiting for me in Bishop for the next pass. So don't have them for now. But I didn't need them. It's fine. But gonna get them on Monday and then be able to go over Forster Pass with them probably Tuesday or Wednesday. But yeah, gosh, it's so pretty up here though. I mean, just unbelievable. Alright, right there is Sweet Blood and Sophie making their way up the mountain. Don't know where Dee Dee is. Dee Dee's kind of sick, so I'm hoping he's not too far behind, but he was not feeling good today. But yeah, there's Sophie and Sweet Blood. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, Dee Dee's right behind them, so yeah, Sophie, Sweet Blood, and then Dee Dee. Sweet. There are my friends. Sorry, this is my sitting pad. Let's see how they go about it. They're doing great. They're gonna make it up here in a second. I'll video them when they get up here. See, no big deal. Sophie made it. Sweet Blood's at the easy part. Really, the worst part's where Dee Dee is. That's the worst part. But after that, it's really not that bad where Sweet Blood's walking across. Alrighty. Yeah, see, no problem. Alright, so it is currently 6 o'clock, and the sun's going down. It's going to get dark here pretty soon, and I do need to get to camp at some point. But it's just so freaking pretty, and I just don't want to leave. But I probably should. I've been up here for almost 40 minutes now, so I guess I have had my time, but just can't make myself do it. Just can't. Like, am I about to go down in the dark? Probably, but like, when am I going to be here again? When am I going to get this like beautiful view ever again? Don't know. But yeah, I love the Sierra. Love it. All right, so now that Glen Pass is over, it means we only have one more pass left in the Sierra, which is the biggest and the baddest of all the passes, Forester. So yeah, we'll have that coming up here in the next couple of days, but it's really kind of sad that, like, this experience really only has a week left as far as the Sierra goes. I mean, I'll have a month left after that to finish the desert, but yeah, the Sierra has been unbelievable, and I'm really, really, really going to miss it, because it's just been, look, like, it's just been unbelievable, and I just feel so lucky and feel so blessed to be able to have experienced it, and I would argue it's best season, fall. So yeah, it's definitely sad that this year is almost over, but very, very thankful for it. Okay, you gotta check out this sunrise. Sorry, sunset. I'm a dummy. All right, made it to camp.
My sleeping bag, and I was like, these will be so warm by the time I need them. I'm so happy. So you know my priorities are back. And I woke up because of a low blood sugar alarm, so I literally did that before I ate my fruit.
All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so I'm at camp. It's honestly earlier than it usually is. It's 7:20, and I'm up and making breakfast. It's only about an 8.5 mile day into town, which is really nice because I'm ready to do some laundry. Like, my clothes stink so bad, and they're just so grimy. So I'm ready to do some laundry. I am ready to get some town food. I'm starving. Like, I definitely packed enough to keep me alive, but not to like fill me in any way. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But it is town day today, so I get to go into town and eat some like real food. But it's a very sad day because I think this is the last day that will be a sweet blood. I think me, Sophie, and Dee Dee are gonna zero tomorrow, but she has a flight to catch in like a week, so she's gonna go into town, resupply, come out tomorrow, and keep going. So we won't see her again, and then this is maybe our last day with like our other crew. So like Lisa and Jai, Anton, Valentine, Beetle. Lisa and Jai, they're on a time crunch. Jai's flight leaves in about 9 days. Lisa is trying to finish up the section we skipped because of the fire, so she's trying to get way down to hatch speed and skip back up. So they're gonna try to like really push some big miles to get there. Anton and Valentine, I just don't know what the heck they're doing, but it's fine. And then Beetle leaves here pretty soon, so the group's splitting up, and we're like finally saying our goodbyes, and it's just really sad. Because I've really gotten to enjoy these people's company, and they've just become so much more than friends in a lot of ways. And it's just sad to have to say goodbye. So it's a very bittersweet day. It's a very fun day, but it's a very bittersweet day. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast, get my stuff packed up, and just slowly make my way to town. And it's also just like one of the last days in the Sierra. Like, I have loved this section so much, and I'm just like really sad that it's over. So yeah, very, very bittersweet day. All right, so I made it to the Kearsarge Pass Junction. It's 7.5 to Onion Valley, which is the trailhead which I'm getting off on to go to town. But there's a really interesting thing here from a ranger about bears. Obviously, it's like keeping your food away, but this part right here, if you see a bear, chase it like you were trying to catch it and eat it. They will run away and tear it. Loud noises help, but only sort of work on their own. Yeah, that's a really interesting piece of advice, and I'll tell you why here in a second. All right, so the reason why I think that's super interesting is because there's a lot of really interesting, like, bad bear info out there.
everybody thinks that you have to treat black bears like you do grizzly bears, and that's not true. Grizzly bears are a much more unpredictable animal, and that's why you should carry bear spray. That's why you should make loud noises. That's why you should do a lot of things, because a grizzly bear more than likely is not going to do anything to you, but running up on a grizzly bear is not something you want to do. They will get aggressive and will kill you pretty quickly. Black bears, on the other hand, are a much different kind of bear, and they're very skittish. They do not like people. I mean, obviously they'll get used to people if they're around people, like at trailheads or at, like, you know, popular places at national parks. But bears way out in the backcountry, black bears way out in the backcountry that haven't been around a lot of people, do not like people. They'll run away. They will climb a tree. They're really nothing to be concerned about. So that's why you don't need to carry bear spray out here. Nothing like that. So I'm really glad that ranger put that on there, because I think anybody, and if you at home are thinking like, man, like what Ralston's doing is really cool. Like, I want to go out in the backcountry. Like, I want to go, you know, spend some time in the woods. If you're around black bears, obviously keep your food safely stored. But at the same time, like, black bears are not your enemy. Like, they are going to run away. They're going to be scared of you. So yeah, just, they're not something to be super worried about. Obviously it kind of changes when you're around mom and cubs, but even then, like, as long as you keep your distance, nothing bad will happen. Like, black bears are not, like I say, they're not like super dangerous. So thank you, Charlotte Lake Ranger, for putting that out there. I think that's really important for people to know. So anyway, okay, there's my soapbox. I'm gonna get off it and get back to hiking. But yeah, just yeah, hope you're having a good day. I don't know. Alright, so right up there in that gap is Kearsarge Pass, which is where I've got to get over to get down into the town. It's really not that bad of a climb at all. It's been really nice, and sorry, it's absolutely beautiful.
Mom.
Alright, made it to Kearsarge Pass.
So, do you have rides lined up to get into town? Well, I've got it. Going to. Some of us.
We're going to Bishop.
Alright, so I made it to the top of Kearsarge Pass. The trail goes that way. Maybe you can see my friends' little dots over there walking. But yeah, so it's really cool. So we actually met just this dude. Well, there were a couple people out for the weekend that were also at the top of the pass. But we met this guy who was like, "Are you guys PCT hikers?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm assuming you probably need to ride to town." And we were like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, I've got a big SUV that's parked at the trailhead." He was like, "I'm in no rush." So he said, "You just take your time." And he said, "Just when you get down there," he said, "I'll take you wherever you need to go." And Independence is the town. So when you come out of the trailhead, you go straight into Independence. But I've got to go to Bishop because I've got a package at the post office there, which is about an hour north of here. And so I was like, "Well, I've got to go to Bishop." And he was like, "Well, I'm going that way anyway." So he's like, "I can take you over to Independence and I can take you over to Bishop." So I got to ride straight from the trailhead to Bishop, which is super lucky. No double hitches, no nothing like that. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's really nice. But I'm going to finish up my snack and my water. Well, this is a little concoction I make myself. It's a mixture of electrolytes and Mio. It's super duper duper sweet. It's almost like hummingbird food, but I'm like so thirsty and I crave sweet things. Like, I just crave something sweet. So this really fits the bill there. But I'm gonna finish this up and then head down the trail. Also, this is super bizarre, but that lake is still frozen. Like, I've been at higher lakes that have been completely clear, and that one's, I really don't get it. But yep, that lake is still frozen.